I did record it. Yeah, I did record it. Yeah, in the other class. All right. Oh boy.
Chick-fil-A toys.
Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
You should erase those.
So, you guys know what kind of triangle this is?
Oh, I should have
Triangle.
It's a right triangle. 'Cause it's got a right angle, 90-degree angle. You know what the long side of the right triangle is called? Hypotenuse.
Just stop.
I feel like you've closed.
There was one lesson that you guys had in 7th grade, some of you.
Yeah, I'm missing one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they don't do.
That was
That's
not
not
difficult.
I had to get a tutor for that lesson.
Okay. It's kind of tricky for 7th grade, but you guys, I don't think you'll have too much trouble with it this year.
Okay.
And do you guys remember what the not hypotenuses were called?
Base. Legs.
Leg.
Leg. What?
Okay, so you can tell it's the hypotenuse because it's the biggest, because it's across from the 90-degree angle. It usually kind of looks like a diagonal in the picture. Kind of depends on how you draw it, because it could be, this is the hypotenuse in this picture. Anyway, and then the legs are the other two sides. The legs are around a 90-degree angle, and they're shorter. Big word goes with big side.
Well, kind of smaller.
Yeah.
Small.
We're gonna have to work anything out of this wish.
Of course, yeah. Alright, well, it turns out that there's always a relationship between the three sides of a right triangle. And it's called, they call it the Pythagorean theorem.
No, I don't want to do this.
I wrote it over there.
Not this again.
Okay, it's not bad, it's not bad. Okay, Pythagoras was a Greek guy that, actually a lot of people figured this out, but he gets his title, I don't know why. Pythagoras theorem is like it's kind of like a math theory that's been proven to be true.
Okay.
Alright, anyway, so it's like a rule in math that always works. Alright, so if you call the legs A and B and the hypotenuse C, then this is the relationship. Maybe you guys remember it. A squared plus B squared. Oh, you still got it in your heads, huh?
Yeah.
Did you do it a lot then?
Yes.
Did a lot last year?
One of my grades.
I think there was only one lesson in the book, but.
Yeah, this is the triangle thing.
Okay, and anyway, just always, so the two smaller ones should add up to the bigger one, right? Otherwise, it's not gonna work. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. That's not quite all we're learning today, but that'll get us started. We're also doing these two guys, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and jump in. Number one. I think they said like A is 3 and B is 4, right?
Yeah.
And we're supposed to find C. So here could be this could be a picture of it. So it would be 3 squared plus 4 squared equals C squared.
That's what I was saying.
And then what's 3 squared? What's 4 squared?
16. 25.
Okay, 9 plus 16 is 25. Okay, so how do we figure out what squared equals 25? Square root. Yeah, well, on the evens, yeah, I'll go ahead and show some more. This is definitely not something I would want you to do in your head. You might do it on the odds too, to just remind yourself how to do it. So, how do you get rid of a square? You guys said already, is a square root, because these are opposites, right? So you square root this side, and you get 5. Okay, however, this is kind of an important however, it actually could be positive 5 or negative 5. Have you guys seen this symbol before?
Yeah.
No?
I mean,
Okay.
we did it
This is a quick way, you might have seen it last year, to write positive or negative 5. That's a quick way to do it. Instead of writing 5, negative 5. Okay, why could negative 5 work? Right, because what's negative 5 times negative 5?
Cost 20.
25, so it works also. However, you guys are not going to be happy with me. Does a negative value on a length of a triangle make sense?
No.
So, okay, but the reason that I showed you that is because later on in this chapter, we're going to have to do that. But not on triangles. We don't have to do it on triangles. So it is just 5. That's number 1.
That was so funny.
Wait, that's not one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Forest.
number 1.
Come on.
Okay, what did number 3 say? What's A and B?
12, C, 13.
12, what?
12 and 13 for B
12.
and C.
No, number 3.
That's 2. Oh, wait, never mind. 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one will be 4 squared plus 5 squared equals C squared. The order doesn't really matter, but you do need to have the C over here on the right side of the equals.
Isn't it just 41?
Okay, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, 16 plus 25 is 41. So now what do? Square root.
You put the wrong number for the problem earlier.
No.
No, that's
Well,
not
I've never erased.
Oh, that. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
The square root of 41 simplify.
No.
No, 41 is a prime, so we can't do that treat thing with it. So that's it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, number 5. She gone from the office?
Yeah, that's been raining for a while.
She must be running an errand. So what's different on number 5?
It's missing from the B thing.
Right, we're missing a different variable, so it's more like this. So that's going to set up a little bit differently.
Sounds nice.
How should I write it?
Like the same way, but like replace.
2 squared plus
B squared.
b squared equals 8 squared.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different. Okay, 2 squared is 4. 8 squared is... Alright, now what do you think I should do? Subtract 4. Now what should I do? Square root. So the square root of 60 simplify.
It's supposed to like 12 and like 5. Yeah.
Square root of 60 simplify.
Oh,
2 square root of 15. I guess I'll circle that.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it was a lot of writing, wasn't it? But none of it was tricky. I don't think.
Does it get harder than this?
Famous last words. Well, there's different. The hard thing about today is there's just different types of problems. But I don't think it's a hard lesson. Okay, numbers, 7. What do we got? Blank, 7, and 9. So a squared plus 7 squared equals 9 squared. What is 7 squared? What is 9 squared? What should I do? -41 minus 49, I believe is 32. squared of 32 simplifies? I bet we've done it before, actually.
Like yesterday.
I doubt you guys remember it. Actually, let me show you a trick with, if you're doing it by hand. Even though 4 and 4 break down again, you can just stop right there if you got a double. So it's just 4 squared of 2. You could break it down to 2's and 2's and then pull out 2 pairs of 2's and make it a 4. Okay, we good?
Yeah.
Actually, the next section's a little bit easier.
How would you write it out, like on the actual triangle on number 7?
Let's see, what, they gave us a 7 and 9. Yeah, it is kind of important to know what it looks like on the triangle because sometimes that's all the test gives you is a picture like this. So a squared plus 7 squared equals 9 squared. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll out of that. Number 9. So the question, they give a lot of directions on number 9, but basically the question is that triangle on number 9 a right triangle, yes or no? And I can't tell by looking at it. It looks like it's a right triangle the way they drew it, but you can't always tell, you can't trust a drawing all the time. So guess how we can tell for sure whether it's a right triangle? Pythagorean theorem only works on right triangles. So what we're going to do is, does 9 squared plus 12 squared equal 15 squared? Question mark. So the answer is
Yes.
and what are we saying yes to?
That is the right.
That it's a right triangle.
Did the show work on the section or just the same
No,
as
it's
the
like
section?
Yeah, you just gotta go. I don't expect you guys to have 15 squared like in your heads. Number 11. Go ahead and show some work on the evens. I'm not gonna worry about the odds. Okay, does 4 squared plus 6 squared equal 8 squared?
No.
16 plus 36 is not equal to 64, so this one is a no.
Hashtag funny. Hashtag rejected.
Okay, number 13 is the same thing, but they didn't draw a picture for us. So how should I set up number 13?
10 squared. No, no. 8.
Okay.
8 squared plus 6 squared.
Yeah, they kind of try to trick us a little bit.
Because like the
10,
lowest one is like C.
Right. 10 is the biggest side on number 13. So if it's going to be a right triangle, 10 would have to be the hypotenuse. So we should say, does 6 squared plus 8 squared equal 10 squared? If it's going to work, it's got to be the little one plus the little one equals the big one.
I'm so tired.
Yay or nay?
Yes.
The baby. Oh no.
15, which of those is the biggest? The 4. What is, whoops, forgot what is 1 squared?
1.
What's square root of 3 squared. And 4 squared is, it's kind of, I think they were trying to trick us because 1 plus 3 is 4, but not 4 squared. Anyways, so this one's,
Isn't 4 square root of 2 32 on 16?
Yeah, also 16.
on 16,
It's like it's like
So-
4 times 2. It's like
obviously 5 squared root of 2 would have to be the biggest, right?
yeah.
Now, to figure out what that squared is, you could put that in the calculator. You guys know how to do this without a calculator?
Like times like 5 times 5 times 2.
Basically 5 squared times square root of 2 squared. So what's 5 squared?
25.
What's square root of 2 squared? Okay, so 5 squared root of 2 was the biggest one, so that would be like the right side is supposed to be 50. So you guys need to see if the left side's 50 in that one. Like 3 squared root of 2 squared plus, you guys know what I'm saying?
No.
3 square root of 2 squared plus 4 square root of 2. I'm writing the right numbers down, alright? 3 square root of 2, 4 square root of 2. Yeah. Anyway, so this side's 50. You can do that in the calculator, you don't have to use your brain. You don't have to do it like that, but. Okay. Anyways, I'm not giving you time, sorry. 17. Okay, we are doing midpoint. Alright, to the graph paper. Here we go. Graph paper coming up. Right?
Do we need to get that?
Oh, no, we don't. Alright, let's say, oh no.
Can you make it black?
Are you emo?
What people do like.
That was amazing.
Yeah. That's so
Are
funny.
you
No,
emo?
it's not.
Okay,
Ooh, to women.
so what midpoint means is that it's like on a graph paper, like what's the point in the middle of these two? Can you guys tell what's the point in the middle of those two?
2, 0.
There, right there. Yeah.
It's called what now?
That's not.
2, 0.
It's not appropriate.
Okay, but so this point down here is 1, -2. Let me see if I can squeeze it down there. And this one up here is 3, 2. So what if we can't tell just by looking at without looking at the graph, or what if the graph's not clear, like maybe the dot's like right there or some weird spot? How can we find the middle point, the midpoint? Okay, well, you guys know what average means, right? It's kind of how you find the number in the middle of the other numbers. So, it turns out that the midpoint, if you think about it, this makes sense. The x value of the midpoint is the average of these two x values. And the y value of the midpoint is right in the middle of these two y values, is the average of these two y values. Does that make sense? So, how did we average two numbers together?
Added them up and then divided by them.
Right. The average, you add them up and divide by the number of numbers. In this case, there's only two numbers. So to find the x-coordinate, you can do 1 plus 2, those are the x-coordinates, divide by 2. And to find the y-coordinate, you do the same thing, 2 plus -2, divided by 2. 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 plus -2 is 0, divided by 2, 0. Okay. So here's the formula, here's the general thing that works, called the midpoint formula. Oh, Pythagorean theorem. You guys tell me, what's Pythagorean theorem? I'll put a little ABC there. Alright, and then midpoint formula, I'll use this one in about 6 minutes. So there's two parts to it. There's an x coordinate and a y coordinate. So there's like two different numbers. So the x coordinate is the average of the x coordinates, comma. The y coordinate is the average of the y coordinates. X plus x divided by 2, that gives you dx. Y plus y divided by 2. Okay, actually we might not have seen this before. What's these little 1s and 2s
You
right
told
there?
us.
Did I?
That's like 1x, but
Okay, it doesn't mean, it's not a power, it's not like times 1 or anything, it just means the first x and the second x. So, the way that you say it is x sub 1 plus x sub 2 divided by 2. Doesn't really, it's not that important, I guess. Don't pay too much attention to it, it's just the two different x values. So that's just the generic formula. This is a specific example that we used it on. Okay. What if, instead of finding the midpoint, we want the distance of this line? In other words, how long is this line? How long is this line? From there to there.
Is it just 4?
It is not 4. Okay, let's see, get that out there. How long is it from here to here? How long is it from here to here? 4. Any ideas on how we can find that length?
2 squared plus 4 squared?
Pythagorean theorem.
so it's fine.
Bruh.
No, it's
Okay, so the distance formula. Let's see. You know what? Why don't you guys start doing those evens right now? I'll come back and help you with that. Just we probably got enough in our brains for now. We will do it, but.
What's 13 squared? Oh, it's 169.
Grant, shush.
Bro, shut up. Yes, it is.
it's just in the.
Guys, say something offensive to my religion. Bro, shut up. 1, 2, 3. I hate
Never mind.
Guys, subscribe to Grunting George on YouTube.com right now, or else I will go
Grant,
right now.
oh my god.
Hold on, just say again. Point of view. My grandma just died, and you're hearing her gas.
Olivia, oh, you should turn his Grant. What?
Dude,
You should
no,
you
no,
should
no,
turn
no, people die.
his Grant.
Like all of their muscles,
Like, show him.
like.
No, you got that. You got that. No, wait, I feel like, actually it might get us in trouble. Yeah, probably. Because like, people aren't supposed to post stuff like that with their kids. Is this still recording? It is.
Since World War One.
Well, oh my gosh, Rebel, you did a peace sign. Girl, you do something.
What?
This is the answer to 2 plus 2 equals 4.
4. Come on, buddy. Where is your little
He doesn't even watch them, so whatever. Poor Anna.
Grant, stop.
Anna and Josiah watching these. Oh wait, Josiah.
Josiah's not watching.
He's a pre-algebra child.
He will soon.
He doesn't get to see the videos.
We will make him watch us.
I wonder
Oh,
whatever
someone should've ran it
next
on the
year
camera.
is he just gonna redo the entire videos again and repost them? Yeah, probably. Just like his entire channel feed and then just probably actually.
Say subscribe.
Grant.
Grant, tell him to subscribe.
Great, you gotta do the jump scare.
Someone should just start going out there and just start teaching like they're Mr. Jordan.
Yes.
So we should go draw it. Yeah. What if he watches this later to see what we're doing when he's gone?
Yo,
Hi,
Paxton.
Mr. Jordan. Talk about eating hand sanitizer to the YouTube
Yeah,
vlog.
just do.
Braxton, walk in front of it very slowly,
Like you usually do.
yeah.
Walk normally.
In front of it.
If you don't, Paxton, I
Back
will.
to your seat.
Yeah, just walk back to your seat.
Paxton, hold my hand as we do it. Okay, brother.
Bro, what's...
I love this.
Yeah. What's up,
You
Paxton?
can't even see the hands. Well, actually, you can't even see.
Yeah, you can even see the hands.
Bro, I just felt like the most gay I've ever felt.
Y'all should propose me, bro.
And I felt pretty
It
gay.
can't see you.
Paxton, you can't see.
No,
Just change the camera POV.
just move the camera to
Turn the camera over.
No, guys, do a face cam. Willow, turn it around. Turn it.
No.
Yeah.
Cause he can get in trouble for getting students on camera without like permission.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
You can't get
Lean? No, not lean.
Paxton, you get jump scared.
Okay.
Hey, who's jump scare? Who's jump scare? Who's jump scare?
Jump scare. I'm gonna show him.
Bro, I can't wait to watch this video.
Watson, what is the? This is fake news. Fake news.
Well, what?
Watson, what is this about fake news?
Is it fun?
Yeah, it's still recording.
Check the author. Who's publishing this video? Is it
A
Brandon George?
squared
It's your mom.
plus 12 squared plus 3
Is it?
or
Why are you
equals.
speaking out loud?
Your mom.
Huh?
Stop speaking out loud.
No,
We're gonna
because
get
I'm like
expelled
doing
for,
my
like, saying
math
the worst
for
word.
the camera.
Me?
Equals 13 squared.
Yeah.
I forgot
Little
what to do
wild
next.
This is bad for math. That's the math class for
Guys,
Hey,
someone
what'd you get on number
told me
2?
a wild ones and
I'm
one
done.
go around there. And
Oh, I forgot how to do it, so that's why I'm wondering.
I did.
I'm not.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on.
Paxton, do a white man jump
Just
scare.
jumping through the camera.
Just look at the. Just look at your pictures. I am. Number 7.
Paxton. No, Paxton should check himself out in the mirror. The camera.
Yeah. What's 13 times 3?
You know, in 3, 2, 1, he will be unsubscribed. What's he
Wait,
doing?
on number
Oh, why
7.
can't he count?
Or. Well, I'm not on number 7 yet. Number 7
wait.
isn't even even. On number 7,
Yeah.
do you know how he got the 9 squared? Grant, stop.
The 9 squared?
Yeah, where'd he
It
get
was
that
already
from?
on there.
I know, but where did that come from? Like there. Oh wait.
Or we said he's gonna watch me later, though.
So then where'd he get the 32?
What do you expect me to like?
Um,
Not like
81 minus 49.
81 minus 49 gives you 32.
I guess, so, I don't know. I was not expecting that number. Okay.
Alright.
So then on number 2, Grant! So then on number 2, what? Grant.
Okay, I'm under control.
We were working very well.
Willow.
Perfect. children.
Will,
No.
on number 2, would you subtract 144 minus 160? I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure
You
you
might have
would.
to edit it.
Yeah, he might really want to edit that.
No, he doesn't want to. What are you talking about?
Did you guys get how far?
He's probably gonna watch it.
Close to 20?
I want one.
I am on number 2.
Same.
What were you
I
doing?
had to figure out how to do it
She
though.
was teaching your
And I
class.
was trying to tell them to shop. She had to ask me for help.
I wasn't even.
A squared.
Hey,
What would you do after that? Oh wait, I can just look on.
I taught them the lenient theory.
Can we go to 22 instead?
The lenient theory.
no.
23?
Look how lenient theory is now.
The other class already did it.
Oh yeah.
The lenient.
No one has to tell them.
No.
They're also older.
We're doing it.
So we should do less. They're
Guys,
smarter.
there are going to be like 1 or 2 of these on the test each.
What does the bottom say?
And I am going to leave the formulas up there, by the way, so you don't have to memorize, but you do have to plug stuff in correctly. So what squared equals 25? You do the square root of 25.
5 times 5
Yes.
is 25. So
On your calculator, you just do square root of 25. Well, if you didn't know what it was, you would do square root of that number.
okay, but then what would you write down? A equals 5?
It's 5. It's fine. Square root of 25 is 5. That's the answer.
So just A equals 5?
Yep.
The video just got that answer. You're welcome.
Wait, what is that for?
Yeah, you're welcome for number 2.
Wait,
They didn't even know what question you guys were on.
what's the
Number
answer
2.
number?
They already saw it. Or they
Was that a
heard.
number?
Yeah, I don't know how to do 16.
They didn't.
Oh, yeah, it's simple.
This was an example.
That was just an example.
You already showed.
Hey, since a couple of you are on 20 already, let's go ahead and finish the distance formula so you guys can have it. What about 16?
Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
I thought you.
I'm working on 16.
Oh, we talked about 16.
Yeah, I know, but I still don't know.
We should do 17.
So, anyways, I think I kind of already said this, but use the Pythagorean theorem here, right? 2 squared plus 4 squared would equal c squared. So at the end you have to like take the square root. You guys know what I'm talking about? This squared plus this squared equals this squared. So that squared plus that squared, and then you take the square root. Well, how do we find the length of the horizontal line if we don't draw it out? How do we find how long that is? Well, that length right there is just the difference between those two x values. And this length right here, 4, is the difference between 2 and negative 2. Because 2 minus negative 2 is 4. So anyway, what I'm getting at is the formula is distance equals the square root of x minus x squared plus y minus y squared.
We don't want to do that on.
This is for the last 4. Find the distance between the. They either are going to say find the distance between the 2 points or find the length of segment.
Oh, didn't we do the x minus x and y minus y last week?
Find the distance between the 2 points. So this is 17 through 20, midpoint. They're asking for midpoint. And then the last 4, they're asking for the distance between the 2 points. Okay, so on number, where am I going? Where do you go? Forgot how to do it. Okay. For number 21.
Are we not gonna do the other odds?
Yeah, 17 and
Oh, we didn't, did we?
Or just
we can just skip them.
Okay, no, we're doing 17 right now.
Why would we skip it?
Okay,
It's one.
so for 17, I'm just going to add the x values and divide by 2. So on 17, what are the x values? Oh boy.
Jumbo.
Yeah. Oh my. Jumbo.
Like it's
Jumbo.
deal with Hunter.
It's 2 and 6. So we're gonna do 2 plus 6 divided by 2 for the x. And then what are the y values?
4 and 6.
4 and 6. Okay, so that comes out to, what's 2 plus 6 divided by 2? What's 4 plus 6 divided by 2? So 4, 5 would be the midpoint. Oh, not so bad, is it?
I like this. Wait, is that the answer?
Yeah.
Bruh, you won't believe this.
Okay,
Oh.
19. What are the x values on 19?
-5, -5.
So we're gonna do -5 plus -10 divided by 2, and what are the y values?
Did you not just hear the huge thing?
Okay,
Oh my gosh.
-5 plus -10 is -15. What's -15 divided by 2? -7.5 or -15 over 2. Okay, it doesn't divide evenly, so you don't have to do it, but. And then 0 plus -14 is like 0 minus 14, so it's -14 divided by 2, -7.
So on the graph it would just be -7.5.
Yeah, on the graph you have to go to -7.5. But we're not graphing, so we don't have to. Okay, ready for 21? We're almost there,
Yeah.
we're almost there. Okay, 21, I'm still plugging in the x's and y's, kind of like the last time, but it just looks a little bit different. So, I'll put the big hat on top, the big square root. So I need x minus x, which is 3 minus 0, squared, plus y minus y, 4 minus 0. Squared. Okay, what is 3 minus 0 squared?
9.
Okay, by the way, does it matter what order I put them in? What if I put 0 minus 3, what would that be? Squared, 9. So when you square it, when you go backwards it makes it negative, but when you square it, it all comes positive. So no, the order does not matter. Okay, what's 4 minus 0?
4,
Squared.
16. Oh.
What's 9 plus 16? 25. What's the square root of 25? So the length of the line between those 2 points is 5. That's what we just found. The distance between those 2 points is 5. Yep.
So for the answer, would we do like d equals 5?
Oh, no, that's, D just stands for distance.
I thought he
It
was
doesn't
moving
matter.
his backpack and then look where his.
Okay, 23, same thing. So I need to do x minus x in the front there. So what are my x values? 6 and -1. This is actually where people start to get tripped up. You have to do 6 minus -1, not 6 minus 1.
So it'd be 6
Wait,
plus
Yeah,
-1.
yeah. So, and then on the other one is, what are the y values?
7.
0 minus 1. Yeah, there's a minus between the x's and the y's, but there's a plus between the parentheses. That usually confuses people.
+1 and
Okay, what is 6 minus -1 squared?
44.
What's 0 minus -1, or 0 minus 1 squared?
40, 50,
The square root of 50 simplified.
25 and 2. 15, 5, 5, 5. Easiest.
Wow.
Go girls.
I love math. Math, do you though?
Lisa, are you done?
Yeah.